All right, I think we are ready. Good morning, everybody. There we go. Good morning, good morning. Whew. Yeah, I finally figured out a few things. I was having some weird glitchiness on my computer side of live streaming, and I didn't have any time to figure it out until a couple days ago. Turned out some plugin I was using had been deprecated, and I had to replace it. Well, they had a new version. They'd renamed it and moved it and a bunch of other things that I was unaware of. And I've been getting ready for that course launch that I've been advertising all over the place. Which, for you, Trout House, you're on the that website, so there really won't be anything. In fact, there's new chapters in the course, but I'm going to be putting those over there. But let's see, 12, so 6. Yeah. So yeah, it's the basic perspective course. It's already on there. I've made some new chapters, but I'm going to put those over there. The one thing that will be different for other people though is I will be closing off any new subs soon over there. So due to the contract I have with them, so that for them to be wanting to invest in advertising my stuff, I got to kind of support them in that, for at least a certain period of time. But yeah. And we'll be going basically the way I'll be working with them. For the normies, right? But I'll be basically putting up the courses I've done there up with them. So I'll gradually put that 1 point perspective course up there, and the 2.1, and all those other ones. But I'm going to keep building up that teaching site. So as I kind of make new stuff, I'll stick it up there too. Anyway, it's a 3-year exclusive contract that they break if a certain amount of money isn't made in a certain period of time. But based off of how it's going so far, they're pretty confident it's going to do really well, which it's good too. So. But we'll find out when we launch this Wednesday. So I've never done a launch like these with other people before, so curious to see how it goes. Let's just do 1. Yeah. But if you want to buy it, I won't complain. And then, of course, I was also starting this semester, and so it's been really busy couple of weeks. Prep course materials for other people, and at my university. So yesterday afternoon, I was finally going back and checking out my little story thing that I'd started, and I'm going to move these down one more slot. So there's a little more room at the bottom. All right, I'll just do one more down. Actually, one more. All right, a little space in there. Yeah, but I haven't done these morning studies in a while, so I've been slacking, I guess. But it's nice starting to feel the fall in the air. I'm excited about that. I was checking the fall colors map. Um, there we go. All right, there we go. Trying to get the grid set up on here. So it looks like I've got 28 of these film studies left, so. We got a spammer over there. Let's delete that. Oop, gone. All right. Yeah, I broke my ruler too. I had to clean up the edge over there. It's nice. So one of the classes I am teaching this semester is a non-computer based class. So it's an illustration class, so we're just using acrylic paint in there. Which I haven't really used very much in a long time. So yeah, 8 per page. So they're about a little over 2 inches long. I think 2 1/8 inch long, or height tall. And let's see, these are 230. Actually, I need to shorten these up before I put that on there a little bit. And then I kind of rough approximate the film proportions on here. They're not exact, but they're close. Um, so get my little layouts on here. Oh yeah. Yeah, I haven't, acrylic's actually probably of the painting mediums, it's probably my least favorite. Um, I've been getting like weird reactions from some of the professors here. They're like freaking out about oil painting, and I'm like, I've taught oil painting in classrooms for like forever. Like it's not a big deal. You just don't eat the paint and open a window. Like you know your basic techniques. All over there on Kick. Um, just looked up and saw someone say hello over there. So, but all right. Yeah. So I think there's that little figure study I put up. That was like a little test just to see if I remembered how to use it or not. um, but I think it's okay. I might try and do a few illustrations during the semester to see how it goes with it. All right, so we'll do this one here. So we've got Shutter Island. So Martin Scorsese, I think, for this page. I'm trying to do like one film per page. So I guess the last ones I did. These are from Sicario. So I thought this page we might do Shutter Island. Let's see, that looks to be it then over here for his lighthouse. All right, that. So yesterday I pulled out my comic project and was trying to remember where was I because it'd been like 3, maybe 4 weeks since I touched it. between prepping, updating my old class, prepping my new one, and working on the online one that I'm putting out. It was trying to figure out how to record promotional videos, which is still feels a little weird. I'll probably have to do new ones eventually because I've never done those kinds before. And so it's been a busy summer, getting ready for the fall to start. Yeah, for those coming in, if you're curious about the online course, there's a waitlist link in my bio, and if you'll hit that, there's a pretty substantial discount on the course. So if you're looking to learn some perspective, the foundations of it, if you have trouble with it, that would be a good one to take. It's basically a course I taught at Ringling for several years, and then I've added some new chapters to it as well to help kind of make it more thorough. Because I only had so much time with it. It was 2 weeks for that class, I think, at school before moving into other things. So we've added an extra couple chapters on top of what was there. So, all right. So that one's been roughed in. I'm trying to kind of do these more notan based too. So if you look over here, while there's like some cross hatching, I'm generally trying to avoid outlines on these, just shadow shapes. Let's see there. Yeah, I committed myself to 100 of these. I actually thought about switching over to acrylic with these, but I might actually do that once I get these this sequence done of 100, so I can do it on different paper and prep it properly. Let's see. Yeah, I cracked open my little project I was working on, thinking about the structure of it and some of the scenes I wanted to use for the pitch portion of it. And, it's coming together. Been thinking maybe it could use like a creature that follows him along, follows along with him like a a pet or something that goes along with him, um, or he finds something while he's out there. So just as like a little extra thing in there. Finch's new series with Kirkman starts up this month. Skinbreaker looks interesting. Apparently, he drew the whole thing like twice as large, so he could put more detail in. And I guess they're releasing like an extra large variant that's like 8 by 11 or something like that, not just your standard. They're doing both, like the standard one, but they're also doing an extra large variation of it. So I'm talking to it with Rob Liefeld on his podcast there. So that might be interesting. Check out. I don't remember exactly which part of the month it comes out, but all right. But let's see how that goes. Yeah, it's funny because the launch is this week, but I still feel like I'm coming up for air all the same. Like getting back into things. This ink has got a little gunky in here. There we go. That'll be all dark. Good morning, everybody popping in. Everybody enjoy their Labor Day weekend. Get all of your labors done. Let's see. But yeah, excited where things kind of look. Josan. Another cool one to check out is what's his face? Um, Italian illustrator guy. He's doing a new Nemesis book with Mark Miller. His name just slipped my brain. There's a podcast called Ink Pulp. um, Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, for Lee and I think I saw Justine come in here. The course that you've probably seen advertising, that's already on that teaching site. The so subs to that site will close soon though for new people, but it's going to stay up. Um, but I made a couple new chapters for that one that I'm partnered with those people that are doing the advertising and things for it, promotions. And but those chapters will go up on that teaching site. Maybe I might do that today. I've got to go through and revise, double check the new one that I'm doing with him on Kajabi to make sure it works okay. But any of the stuff I'm doing with him will just go up there. Um, so if I ever end the contract with them, because it's a 3-year contract with a 3-month kill clause if certain things don't happen, and so I like to keep still building up that private one, just just in case things don't work out with them. But it's looking good so far. So we'll see what happens this week when we do our first launch. But yeah, so. Well, of course, yeah, you're welcome to buy that one too. It won't be any different than what you'll see on the other one, but on the Meyer Professor site. But it's the basic foundations of form class, basically, where I have you take things apart, put them back together, and all that kind of essentials of perspective and form drawing going on. Alright, let's get some white paint on that. So, yeah, but I probably got to shut off new subs maybe today or tomorrow, because Wednesday is the official launch day for that course with them. You know, politely not compete with the people promoting me would probably be a good idea, right? So, yeah. Looking forward to seeing how it works out. Good morning, everybody. Popping in. Do let me know if there's any questions out there. I don't mind talking while working. I haven't watched this movie in a long time. Yeah. Well, yeah, I recognize your name in there. So, um, yeah, so hoping to get some. Well, I've been doing a bunch of stuff at my new university I've just recorded in class, so I thought about taking a lot of that um, and redoing the audio for it, maybe. Um, just because the way I recorded it in class here, like the videos that are on the teaching site now are ones I kind of recorded separate from class um, to help my students at Ringling during COVID. And so, like, the audio is, pretty good on them. The videos are pretty good and whatnot. But the ones I've been doing here at the new school, I've just been recording while I've been teaching in class with my laptop. So it's not like I'm using a great microphone or even just like my basic decent one I have over on the side. But it's just like screen recordings of what I've been doing with them. It's a concept class. So I thought about developing that into something. But yeah, but I just don't want people paying twice for the same thing if they already have it. I'm gonna leave the site up for now. As long as there's subscribers on there, I'll leave it up, even if it's just one or two. But um, I never know what will happen with this company. Things don't work out, or I decide to end it after the 3 years. I'll go back to doing that one. I've definitely learned a lot this summer working with them, trying to figure out how to promote things and whatnot, because I was mostly just studying that on my own, and they've certainly given me a lot of information. I do wonder about some of the ads they've been using, though, because some of them are like some of my random concept art that has nothing to do specifically with the course necessarily. They're just kind of grabbing stuff. But but if they're really good at getting, finding new students to come in and check things out. So, oh, there's one. All right, Bosh. So, yeah. But I'm sure they won't turn away your payment if you want to buy in. So, contract does allow me to do like private classes though, so like live type ones. Um, which yes, this is Shutter Island. Um, I've been doing film studies for the last while, for a good chunk of the summer. I've been on hold the last couple of weeks just because I've been busy getting that course stuff organized. Recording new chapters, but also prepping for the semester at university. And yeah, Shutter Island. So on the other page, I've got a bunch of stuff from. This is Sicario. Looking for time. 38 minutes. Oh, we got lots of time. One thing I always worry about when I'm doing studies like this is getting too rote into it. So where basically I am only like I'm copying it, but I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing, and that's always something you got to be careful of when you're studying. It's usually an indication it's a good time to stop what you're doing and go do something else if you're not paying attention, or refocus, one of the two. But if you're not like paying attention to what you're doing, like, there's not a point to doing it other than like maybe check something off the list. Whenever you see the news online, there was a couple of I guess AI artists at Dragon Con, and one of them got escorted out by the police, and then kind of rage posted online about how much money he was making. And another one, I haven't seen the final result. Someone told me, but I don't know if it's true or not. One was like a Lorcana artist for Disney, so like their card game, and they were showing off like AI generated stuff at this con. And I don't know that they got kicked out, but it looks like they got fired from Disney. Um, yeah, well, it's just different things, right? So, um, if you want to like there's style things that are worth copying, right? So it's like, oh, I want to understand, how David Finch, makes this detail, or how um, some other artist does a gesture or composes a page. There's different kinds of studies that you can do. They're all valid. It just depends on what the ultimate goal is. Like people will do stylized film studies, right, where they'll take a film study and they'll really simplify it down, won't put any details in it. Or like in my case here, I'm doing these notan studies, so I'm just looking at the black, white, and gray shapes to see how they interlock to make sure it still works, even if I don't really have an outline on things. So I might put like one or two in there, but So yeah, there's different things to look at, but let's see. Yeah, I'm excited to kind of get this pitch project put together. I actually was looking online for some costume uh, sources, some like old military jackets and things like that. Maybe drop a couple $100 on a little costume get up so I can pose in the reference for what I'm doing. I think it'll make a difference to have some good photographic reference to work from. Yeah, but there's always multiple approaches. There's people that'll just do compositional studies, so they'll like these are basically compositional studies, right? Where I'm just really paying attention to the layout of the image and the placement of light and dark shapes, and how that kind of relates to cinematic language. Good morning, everybody coming in. Let's maybe get this confetti on here. It's kind of falling down everywhere, or whatever it was in the film. It's been a while since I've seen this movie. I remember being like the kind of a twist at the end with Caprio's character. If I recall correctly. Alright. Get the brush out. These blacks spotted in. Keep trying to throw my brush in my coffee cup. Yeah, well, I mean, the cinematography is good in it though. It's been a long time since I've seen it. I remember I felt like I kind of saw it coming in the movie. And that's the problem with like a twist. Like if you don't really hide it really well. So I remember like with the Sixth Sense, people were um, kind of blown away, right? You've got the movie like, wait a second, this whole time. Um, Kind of made it like a. Some of the twist movies too is like if there's a twist, like it kind of ruins the rewatch of it. And so you have to set up too in a way that makes it worth watching again. So like in the Sixth Sense, like you're watching like, but this guy he was talking to people the whole time, and he was sitting in rooms, and everyone was talking to him. You go back and watch it again, you're like, oh, it just looked like it was. That's what was going on. It was never actually interacting with other people. So yeah, but yeah, I do recall that. It's like I've seen that. There's some other movie I was watching recently where oh, that's right. It was an A24 movie about this hand that possesses people temporarily. What's it called? Like Touch Me or Reach Out or I can't remember what it's called. Came out not too long ago, this year I think. But I kind of saw where they were going with the movie pretty early on. It's like, oh, that's what's going to happen to the main character. I get it. Yeah, talk to me. It was really good though. But I just kept sitting there waiting for that moment to happen because I could see it coming. Um, but I really liked it. I just was like, once you kind of see the ending from the beginning or halfway through or whatever, you're just kind of waiting for the movie to jump on that. But I liked it all the same. I'm liking this new Alien show, Alien Earth. I guess there's another episode tonight where they show what happened on the ship. And based off the ad, it's like it's a different kind of event. So it kind of looks a lot like the original show, but the reasons kind of why things happen are very different in this one. I think they may have revealed too much in the trailer. And of course, Noah Hawley, he's a great TV director of like the shows that he's done. so far. Fargo and Legion. If he's done anything else as far as TV goes. But curious to see what he does. Little different take too, where it's like seems like the main alien is less of the focus. All right, I'm gonna get. Well, so I got a couple of sparkles, I guess, over here. And let's see how my rapidographics are doing over here. I went through and did a big cleaning of them a few weeks ago too, where like I learned how to properly clean them. Let's see. I think it's the red one anyway. There we go. Ruler. This one, and we'll put the date on here, and that'll conclude the morning study. Yeah, but yeah, I really like talking. There's a bunch of movies I still need to see. Like I did finally, actually went to the theater and saw Superman a few weeks ago, which I think is the first movie I've seen in a theater since I think that Last Jedi movie. Because I saw that movie and that left like a really bad taste in my mouth. I walked out just like feeling sick watching it. And then that summer I moved to Florida. I was really busy with the new job and everything, so I just didn't have time. And then COVID happened, which wasn't great for theaters. And then kind of came out of that, and then I moved up here, so I just haven't had time to go. I do want to see the Fantastic Four movie, and what's this other one? The one with the kids in it. The what's it called? That blonde girl with the curly hair. Starts with a W, I think. But that one's supposed to be pretty good. Sinners is streaming now, so I can probably guess I can make the time to see that. Weapons, there you go. I can't remember the names of things. O2, and we've got Shutter. Yeah. We're good things. Seems like there's a lot of good movies coming out lately, which is good to see. Excited about that. But yeah, I think that's going to call it for this morning. Thanks to everybody that came in. I might be back later. I need to figure out some stuff this morning and hopefully get that all sorted so I can make get my creative projects going, right? But yeah, thanks everybody that came in, and we'll talk to you later.